Good morning and welcome to Rovali's podcast. How was your Easter weekend? Hope you had a great Sunday. Yesterday, of course, Sunday and Monday is our weekend, and we're coming off of a nice, beautiful weekend. Weather! Oh my gosh, let's make a toast to the weather, shall we? Let's have a toast. The weather was perfect. I like this. Look at that. Wee-hoo. That's so cool. Anyway, that weather was simply gorgeous, just beautiful. I think it was 80 degrees on Easter Sunday. That's awesome. We had a great meal. Family was over. I put the finishing touches on my patio and all my new lawn furniture. And then I had to pack it up because guess what? It snowed this last night. Had to pack it up before the wind hit us last night, and the rain came and got it all put away, and then I have to bring it back out again. But that's okay. That's all right. At least it's not wet. Anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter. I hope you had a great time with your families, and there was a lot of I got to tell you guys of a hilarious story that happened. I believe it was Saturday night at Rovali's. So Friday night, I started asking our friends and family that came in to dine with us this question, and I was very animated about it. Okay, I'm gonna do it for you because I want you guys to understand what went down. So I started on Friday night. I started asking people this question because of Easter coming up and everything. And I'd go up to a table and I'd say, okay, so there's one thing. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you get this question right, okay? If you get the question right, you win a prize. Okay? It's that simple. One question, one answer. If you get it right, you win a prize. So I started asking tables as I was doing my intros and my spiel and showing them the features and whatnot. So I went up to this table and I was very kind of serious and everything. I said, so for Easter, there's one thing that I have to have that's necessary, that's a necessity that I must have on Easter. If you can guess what it is, you win a prize. All right? And people are more than anxious to play. Okay, yeah, that sounds great. And I said, now I'm going to ask the whole table. So some tables had 6 people, some tables had 2 or 4 or whatever. And I said, now if one of you guys get it right, then you win a prize. That's that simple, easy. So everybody is willing to play, right? And I would ask the question, and one thing that I have to have, that I must have. And I was getting all these answers, and they were all wrong. They were wrong by a long shot. And then Saturday night came, and I started doing it again because it was fun, and people were getting a kick out of it. And then this mom and dad and a daughter came in, teen daughter. And I put them in the B room where the coffee bar is, clear back on the tall tables near the back. And I start doing my spiel. And then I broke into my little routine about the Easter thing, right? One thing, if you can guess that one thing, you win a prize. Well, the daughter guessed, and they were laughing. We were all having a good time. And the daughter guessed, and she was way off. And then the wife guessed, and she was off. And the dad says, "It's not Peeps, is it?" It's Peeps. I gotta have Peeps, and they gotta open the package, and they gotta let them sit overnight so they get hard. That's my one thing that I must have for Easter, Peeps. And he guessed it. Out of all that, I couldn't believe it. I was dumbstruck. I was in awe. I was beside myself, and we laughed so hard. And yes, he got a free prize. What surprise, you ask? I'm not telling you, but it was a good one. It was a good one, because I may do it again. You never know. You never know, so I'm not going to give the prize away, but it was a good one, and we had a blast. But that was so much fun. You guys, man, just when you come in and you laugh at my jokes and whatnot, I love it. I love it. So thank you. Here's to you. Now, I really don't have a lot of food to show you yet, because even though we're open at 11 a.m. today for lunch or dinner, so come on down. After the Easter weekend, come on down and see us. And you can find us online at rovalis.com, rovalis.com, or you can call us at 801-394-1070 if you want curbside takeout. Okay, we're there for you guys. But I did... Kim and I had breakfast this morning, and we were just talking, and a question came up, and I wanted to pose this question to you, if I may. I like asking questions. Asking questions is pretty easy, right? Yeah, you can ask questions all day long, and that's the easy part. Answering them is not so easy sometimes. Sometimes it's a little harder. But I asked her a question nonetheless, and so I'm calling it the breakfast conversation. Okay, that's what I'm calling this podcast today, the breakfast conversation. So I asked her this question: how do you define passion? And I let her ponder it, because that's kind of a big question, and it can be shallow, it can be deep. It just depends on where you want to take it. But and she answered it compared. I said as it pertains to you, not necessarily the definition that's in Webster's or anything like that, but how you define passion. And I did qualify it. I said, don't tell me what you think I want to hear. Don't tell me what you think is the definition, as pertains to WikiLeaks or Wikipedia or whatever it's called, but what you think passion is. And she pondered it for a minute, and then she told me, and it was great. And I said, now, the second part to that question is, and I'm not giving you her answer just because I want you guys to ponder it too. But I said the second part to the question is, does emotion factor into passion? Or is emotion a byproduct of passion? Which came first, the chicken or the egg, And she was like, wow, and so we talked about that, and then she, and we talked about it, probably for about 15 minutes. And then she says, well, let me pose the same questions to you. And she did, and I told her my definition of how I looked at it and what I thought. And what was interesting was, I said, see, if you look at our two visions of what passion is, and how you look at it and how I look at it, they're different. They're very different. And I said, you and I have been married for so long, and yet the way that we look at things is so different. And I said, that's what's great about our relationship is we're so different, but we complement each other. And I said, and that's how we have to look at it as human beings, that everybody's different, not necessarily what you think and how you feel about something is right or wrong, but that we can complement each other, and that's how we were created, was to be different, right? And it kind of got deep there for a second, but it was beautiful at the same time, because we realized, gosh, we do think a lot, very, very differently, even on one thing called passion. And it was eye-opening for both. Now, I didn't think about all these questions beforehand, that I was just gonna quiz my wife at breakfast. It wasn't like that at all. It just was, I was looking outside, and we were enjoying a great bowl of oatmeal, and just relaxing, having some coffee, and then that question just kind of popped in my mind, and then went from there. But the end result was, we are so different, and yet we're perfect together. We're perfect together, and that is cool, We don't survive on our differences. We survive on our goal of our family, and that's what's really cool. And I think the world needs to practice that more, needs to remember that, and look at things that way too. I'm not saying we have all the answers or anything like that, and I don't like to qualify everything that I'm saying. I'm just telling you what I feel and what I was thinking this morning. But I think the world, the people that seem to be so divided can celebrate the different thought process, the different ways we look at life, and the different ways we approach things, because that's how we were all created anyway. We're all created different, even though we're from the same human race. But that's how we can all get along too, is if we focus on those things that complement each other, that we complement even people we don't agree with, that we can complement each other, that it's a powerful thing. Anyway, so there you go. That's my lesson for today. I just wanted to share that with you because the breakfast conversation was great. I wish you guys could have been there. It was a lot better in person, in real time. But that's kind of the synopsis. And once again, the reason why I share some of these things with you guys, okay, is because I do consider you friends and family. I really do. You know how I don't like to use the word customers, because I don't view you as that. I view you as friends and family. So sometimes I share these things with you because that's what I would do with my friends or my family. So there you go. All right, don't forget, we are open at 11 a.m. today for lunch or dinner. We'd love to have you guys come out and dine with us today. It's a cold day, so come on in for some hot lasagna, some hot pizza, some hot spaghetti, and some delicious desserts. We've got it all for you. Don't forget, you can find us online if you want curbside service at rovalis.com, ROVALIS.com, or you can call us at 801-394-1070. Let's do one more toast. I think it's going to be a good day. It's cold and wet out there, but it's still going to be a good day. Here's to you. And as I always say, we shall see you on the flip side. Ciao for now.